So there's one little transition we're going to add a little detail to. So first thing is I'm side control, right? I want to get a reverse overhook on this arm. So my left comes over his left. Here, my left arm over his left, and I'm going to block his hip. Run around north-south here. Now from this position, right, I'm going to get a little bit past his head, right? My hand's going to climb up towards his belly, and then I start the action of driving my shoulder to his opposite hip, right? And I get up on my toes and I turn my hips right here. Okay, and that squeezes some of the air out of him. That's what we want, right? I want to get heavy pressure on his ribs, right? So from here, I push my shoulder towards his shoulder there, and then I come around the back of the head. Now from here, turn 180, right? When I get into this position behind the back of his head, right, I'm trying to get his chin to his chest. But a lot of guys see that I'm trying to come around here for the arm, and they're keeping that arm away from me. Right, no, this arm, right? You don't want me to lock that. Right, so you can connect just the hands here, but what we're gonna do instead is start to walk all the way around towards his hips right here. And see, as I push this way, his hand is coming up here. That's gonna make it easier for me to lock the head and arm over there. So I'm gonna basically go full circle and come around to the opposite hip and then drop my hip to his hip here. So after I come here, I collect the hip, I come around this way and I drive into him this way. It's gonna make it easier for me to shrug my shoulder and push his hand towards my hand and feed it, right? So even if he's really trying to keep that hand away, don't let me grab it, right? This driving here with my shoulder allows me to push his hand towards my hand, right? Uncomfortable for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, from here, one other thing I want to do to make this extra tight is, right now, my chest is over the back of his tricep, right? I'm going to get back to my knees and I'm going to pop my chest behind his shoulder. And then now I can drive behind his shoulder and smush him a little bit harder. Now when he tries to turn back into me super hard, and I can turn my hips and just make that really nasty for him. Not being able to turn back into me. So yesterday we kind of just went into the back, head, and arm. We didn't worry too much about what he does if he keeps his arm away, but that's a very real possibility. You'll come here and that hand will be away from you, right? And as I come around here, hip to hip, and I smash, I can lock my hands pretty easily here. I'm feeding his hand pressure, right? And then as I come back to my knees, I pop my chest behind his shoulder and I can smash more from here. And then now I can slide in, sit here, get the first leg in, lift him up, pull my second leg out, and then we end up here at back, head, and arm, right? And then we'll talk about, once we get here, talk about what happens if we can't get this arm or this foot inside the armpit, right? If he's being a pain in the ass about that, we'll talk about that. Okay, but let's get to this position and make sure you come all the way around here, hip to hip, turning my hips this way, using my shoulder to push his hand towards my other hand, right? And then now dropping and getting behind his shoulder and smashing there for added enjoyment for your partner. Cool? All right, 4 claps. 1, 2, 3.